Alright, today we are at our microgreen producer's house. Microgreens are very tiny. If you're ever in the restaurant, you look up by, where I'm kind of standing and cooking, you'll see all these black trays with little greens in them. This is where we get them. As you can see, we're probably about 2 miles from the restaurant. In a normal neighborhood, we're out in 40th and Class somewhere. This is at Galt Ormiston's house. We're gonna go back to his greenhouse, which he keeps in his backyard, and does a wonderful job. So local farms can literally be in neighborhoods and some of the stuff we get. So we're gonna let you meet Galt, take you back and show you how he does it. Let's go. So construction of this is...
It's all wood and metal posts. And then this is polyfilm, basically like a plastic. It's all looking pretty healthy. There's the corn, mustard. I'll actually let you choose some arugula.
Are these the ones we're taking?
Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay. Just whichever ones you want. I'll let you choose. Pretty good stuff.
It's interesting because it has a very specific mustard taste, like almost like a grain mustard.
Mm-hmm. And these I let leaf out a little more.
Mustard, yeah.
So it's got its first set of true leaves.
So why are you growing microgreens?
Well, the advantage, business-wise for me, is that you've got a product that's ready to move, within a 1 to 2 week period. Right. So also whenever it's growing that fast, it's really hard for it to put on any kind of disease or take on any kind of pest because it's just coming up. Whereas like plants like the tomatoes are a lot harder. You got to watch them because you keep them in the greenhouse for a lot longer, and they have time to really kind of develop a pest problem. So these are great because I can move them so quickly.
One thing that I love about them, in terms of an advantage on the culinary end, is you get all this flavor in an itty bitty space.
Yeah,
that's the craziest thing about them. As things grow, they tend to, at least with greens, they tend to eventually lose the flavor. They get bigger, but you don't get as much flavor. Whereas, like, when you eat the mustard, boom, it's just mustard right there.
Yeah.
Now, if you let that go, that sulfur flavor is going to develop, but that's where you're going to get more sulfur than you're going to get the actual flavor of the green. Mm-hmm. People like the popcorn. People are like, what's popcorn shoot going to taste like? I still love the fact that it tastes like sweet corn.
Yeah. Well, and they've got a high nutritional value as these, like I said, these cotyledons carry, like you said, a ton of taste, but also they've got a ton of, high nutrient content, which is great. So it's got health, definite health benefits.
So if you've been into the restaurant, you usually see myself or Mitch or someone standing up in the front station. You generally tend to see these trays and these greens. And that's what we're doing. We're taking them right out of here, putting them right next to the station, and by order, quick cut and clean. And why we do that is you can't get it any pressure. It's literally cut off, out of the dirt, cleaned, and given to you on your plate that fast. So when you're in the restaurant, just kind of look up by the kitchen, you'll always see trays. And another place you'll always see them is in the bar, and you'll also see them up in the front windows where we're letting them get light so they continue to grow. So just making sure it's super fresh. So salad this week, the mustard's going with sea urchin later on in the week. And then the popcorn's gonna go probably with our fish dish.
Cool.
So you really can't get much more local than 2 miles away from where your restaurant is. Sweet.